Hi, this is Ross again. Yeah, I think about what I wanted to talk about. Silky, good girl. Just had a fox run across the lawn. Anyway, um, what I wanted to talk about today was, my last couple of videos where I was talking about my financial situation, retirement, and how, it's difficult, it's tight. I wish I had a little more breathing room, but the one thing I really wanted to emphasize was I'm not whining about my situation. It is what it is. It could be a lot worse. I know people are in a much worse situation than I am. Um, what I am, uh, what I am really trying to do though is come up with an idea for some answers. I was trying to hope that we might be able to start a dialogue and hear what other people have to say on, what can we do to make a little extra scratch in retirement. And I started this YouTube channel. I don't know if it'll monetize, but maybe I'll reach some people. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there in the same position I'm in, and I really don't want to sit around and commiserate. What I want to do is find some real solutions. So, um, yeah, the I had a business some years back. I was selling coffee mugs on Etsy. These particular, uh, the niche I had was unique, but it made some money. And I was looking back at doing that again, but the problem is that particular niche I had is kind of flooded right now with sellers. And I don't know if I could come up with something unique, but it's yeah. My big frustration, like I mentioned, is just really not being able to do anything. There was a day where I could exchange. I'm pretty skilled. I was able to exchange talents for money. The good old days, but just regulation and people being so wary of hiring. This you really can't check up on potential employees anymore. You can't well, you can't do background checks, but you can't talk to former employers. People can put anything on resumes, and all the stuff that employers have to pay. All these maternity leave things and unemployment, all that crap. I don't blame them for being nervous about hiring people, especially some guy my age. But yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, the other thing I wanted to touch on was mental toughness and resilience. There's some days I just wonder what the hell is going to happen. Other days I feel a lot better. Maybe I can find my way out of this. But I have some spiritual disciplines I lean on, and the one thing I o- I have always hung on to, somehow everything always works out. And sometimes not for the better, but they tend to work out. But the main thing I wanted to talk about today was, I just didn't want to come off as a whiner. There's just so many TikTok people who are whining and beefing about everything that's happening in the world. And my opinions can't change a damn thing, so I keep them to myself. And the frustration I think sometimes I feel comes off kind of awkward. Anyway, that's about all I got for today. We'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.